So Debbie, I remember from our last conversation, we were talking about the things that we want, and I'm wondering, did you think about that since, or I remember we talked about maybe asking other being artists what they want, and yeah, how did you end up doing that?
Yeah, I did. Well, actually, they want a bigger space. They want their own studio
Mhm.
and maybe even open up our own gift store.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay. I'm remembering parts of what we talked about last time, and I was thinking back to what this this disability justice principle is that we're working with, which is like leadership by those most impacted. And I was thinking like what this idea gets at is that we need to be the people in the positions of power, people most impacted, even within our movement of disability, this disability movement, people with the least access, least representation. So, about just making the world that we want to live in. And I really loved where we got to in our last conversation, which was talking about your dragon world and how that space is something that is your own, that you can set the terms, where you can set the terms, and where you can invite people in that you want to be there. I thought that was exactly kind of what the kind of idea that this principle is getting at, which is, you know, the people who are the most impacted with the least representation and decision, who don't have access to these platforms, like to develop policy, etc., create their own worlds. And I think that's very beautiful. And I want to get back to that line of thinking where we were talking about your dragon world and you inviting me in. You talked about also a world that would be a friend, and who would be there in this place if you're to invite others in there?
Mine would be family, friends that I've known. I would want everybody there.
What would you invite them into?
It would be very friendly. My dragons wouldn't hurt people, that's for sure. Um, talkative.
Hmm. Where would we be having a party in your dragon world?
I would build a big, huge dome. It would be like a cave,
Mm.
and we would have all sorts of stuff going on in there, like games, a pool,
Laughter, fun.
music galore.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So, yes, we're already thinking about a world that is accessible to multiple ways of being. And so I do love this idea that you would bring family and friends in. Like, do you think there's anywhere in the world that exists where you could be with everybody in a friendly environment that is accessible, where you can set the terms?
Yeah, I think being should be the seed where it all starts. Tried to get people to come in and
Hmm.
see us and see what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's great. And I want to go back to something that you shared about what people want at being a bigger space, a space of their own. Um, can you talk about like what your dream vision for being studio would be, or like maybe your dream vision for a place where you can make art?
Bigger studio would be great. We want a big gallery. We want to show off all of our art
Hmm.
and not just a little bits here and there. We want to show it all.
Hmm.
We want it bigger. We want it to be out there in your face instead of like being in storage and waiting for somebody to want to buy it from us.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like what you're describing is you want recognition and you want joy, and think your community to be honored for what it is, and for the beautiful community that it is. Like I don't think many people who aren't disabled understand this, but there are joyful parts of being disabled. And I think that holding on to joy is an exciting idea, and that seems to be what you have in Dragon World, as well as that being we just need to be respected and honored for the community that we are, and for the joys, the beauty that exists within our community. The excitement and possibility comes from thinking about things like what is possible in your dragon world, what is possible through the creation of art, where we can set our own terms around our realities, and what is possible when we imagine taking over a platform that we think is valuable, that we want access to. And I think it is possible to take over that platform. Thank you for bringing some joy and yeah, just like possibility to the way that you know to my day today. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Carmen.